What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Table Talk Prime Time. We're your hosts, Javon
And
Lawrence,
Maya
and
Lawrence.
today we will be talking about Power Book 2 Ghost. Now, the Power Universe has expanded. Power Book 2, Episode 1 is called The Stranger, and it was directed by Anthony Hemingway. He's did things like Red Tails, Underground, and The Wire. That
Good
was
show.
that was a good show, The Wire, and also he did a couple of. He's not new to the Power universe. He did things on the original series of Power. So, Power Book 2, it continues on from the season finale of the regular Power, with it focusing on Tyreek St. Patrick as he goes to college, and overnight he has to take over the St. Patrick's family legacy, I guess we'll say. So we are reunited with some familiar faces. And we also get to see some new characters that look like they're going to bring a whole lot of drama into Tariq's life. And um, so far, we we hooked. So, and honestly, we really wasn't looking forward to Power Book 2 at first. Like, we were just like, then we saw the first trailer, and then we was like,
There
okay.
might be something going on.
So, here's what we got from the first episode. So,
Yeah.
to recap, the recap was pretty decent. If you've never seen Power, it pretty much talks about the end of Power, where it recaps the shows. It's after Ghost's death. Um, there is an inheritance that is left, and Tasha thinks she's going to get it.
Right, but it's left for the children.
And with a stipulation, because Tyree goes and say, well, Mom, don't worry about it. I'll take care of you. And then the lawyer is like, well, first you got to finish a 4-year stint in college. So that pretty much puts a whole damper on all of their plans. So, um, first thing I noticed was the original song came back.
Yeah, I was surprised.
Yeah,
I thought they was gonna do something different.
Right.
And I like that they kept the original song. The graphics are different.
Right.
To reflect what he's gonna be going through. But yeah, I thought they was paying homage.
No, they understood when you changed that song. You remember that Trey song song?
Yeah,
Like they was like, no, we sticking with what we know. So
yeah, that didn't look good at all.
I'm happy that they kept the original song. Well, first thing I would like to say was Tasha still trying to lie her way out of everything.
Yeah, it so the show starts with Tasha getting ready to go to arraignment, and basically she got like a solid deal, but she has to tell the truth, and she has to tell who her accomplice was.
Right.
Which was Tyree. That's who actually. Sorry, spoiler if you didn't see Power. That's who actually killed Ghost, and she don't want her baby to go to jail. So
this whole thing is based off of her trying to get out of jail without telling who really killed Ghost for real. So after that, we roll into Tasha mom at the courthouse. Um, actually, it's Tyreek running from the school to the courthouse because Tyreek has all this stuff that he has to do, and it seems like he's always playing catch up. So we see him running to the courthouse, and we see Tasha mom. And this whole episode, she was doing too much for me.
Yeah, she did too much in Power.
I
she was always in Tasha's business, and I can see this time because she does have her kids or whatnot. I can see why, but she's still just doing too much. She wants to be mother of all. That's how I look at it. She want to be everybody's mama. Okay,
like we said earlier, Tyreek has a lot on his plate, and kind of like his dad, he had a lot of stuff on his plate. So I kind of see. At first, I was like, "Why is they calling this Ghost?" I can see why they calling it Ghost because he has a lot of traits from his mom and Ghost. So in the beginning, it also shows that he has a way of manipulating words, just like Ghost did. Like he could talk his way out of a lot of situations and make it look a certain type of way. And I thought that was very interesting and something that was themed throughout the whole episode.
Yeah.
Another thing was Tasha Deceit gets her deeper into trouble.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna say Tasha's not a good liar.
Not at all. She needs to coin what is that they say, the 48 hours? She needs to coin that because she's not a quick thinker at all.
No.
Yeah, she's not a quick thinker at all. She does too much. So one thing that I saw a correlation with the regular power is the relationships that Tariq has with the two different young ladies on there.
Okay.
The one girl from the college, Lauren. I feel like she is going to play the role that Angela played in Ghost Life.
I never liked Angela.
I like Angela. And then the guy that he's tutoring, Zeke, the basketball player, his sister, I feel she's going to play the role of Tasha.
We with that one. Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of saw those two correlations as well.
But what about the other girl, the one from Power, the one he got the drugs from?
She a nobody.
She's an odd factor. Yeah, okay.
She's a nobody.
And speaking of, that's another thing. I heard someone say that he's trying to like get rid of or scrub away the legacy of his dad, but also it seems like he just keeps getting into that place where he's just steady finding himself in those situations. Do you think he's trying to get rid of it, or you think he's trying to use it to?
I can see that. I can see maybe in the back of his mind subconsciously he like, I don't have nothing to do with Ghost. I don't want to be nothing like him. But that residue, so to speak, is like still on him. Like that's just what he knows.
Okay.
So as much as he try to get away from it, that's what he is. That's who he is.
Huh. Now, back to the courthouse. The first lawyer that pops up, what's her name? Tamika.
Mm-hmm.
Tamika comes in and she's trying to get the best deal that she can for Tasha. Mm-hmm. Tasha messes that up with lying, like we were talking about earlier. But to me, afterwards, then she started pushing for Tasha to tell the truth. And like we said, she's trying to protect her son, so she's not really trying to give her the information that she wants. So she started piecing it together. And
after Tasha fired her.
It was kind of before too, because that's why she fired her, because she realized it was her son that she was trying to protect. Mm-hmm. So to me, she was pushing too hard, and then she started talking too much. Like then she goes and calls Tyree and say, "I know it's you because your mama trying to protect you," and he was like, "Well, what would my mama say?" Well, because it's patient. Because it's the confidential. Yeah. We can't, like, you already talk too much. Like,
you already said too much.
So she was getting on my nerves. This is where a little while later, Method Man comes in. Mm-hmm. So Method Man is, I'm here for Method Man on the show as a lawyer.
Yeah, I like this role.
I'm really excited about this for Method Man. Yeah. So,
what's his name? McQueen? Davis McQueen?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. So after this, Tyree gets himself back in the drug game.
Because he has to pay $500,000, $500,000 in order for him to take Tasha as a client.
Right. Yeah. So he gets back into the drug game, but it's not working the way that he wants it. So Tyree comes up with this idea to go on social media to strong arm him into taking his mom's case, which was a ghost move to me.
It was thought out.
Right. Tasha plans don't be thought out. They just be sporadic. That's one thing I like with Tasha. I'm just like, you too sloppy. Ghost was more manipulative, I guess I'll say. But because of his inheritance, he's also trying to finish school earlier. So we see that he gets into this. He's trying to get into this class where it gets him, instead of 4 years, he'll get done with school in 3 years. And there's a book he has to read, which comes from the title of the show, The Stranger, which is interesting because the book is talking about him.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Right. So Tyreek is the stranger. The book is pretty much about a guy who kills a man, and something happens towards the end of the book where he ends up dying. And Tyreek has this point in the show where he's describing the feelings of this guy because everyone is looking at it like killing isn't a choice, and he was like, no, it's a choice. You choose to pull the trigger. You even choose to walk with the gun. So that lets you know that with him killing his dad, it was intentional. Like, he made the choice to do that. So I thought that parallel was pretty good. Even with talking about the lawyers, we find out later that DA Sachs, well, he's district attorney now. He sets up the whole deal for Tasha in the beginning because Tyreek has pretty much his thumb on him. Like, you can't do anything because I got proof that you were there. So if you don't help my mom with a gun, so if you don't help us out, you going to jail too. So Sachs is trying to do everything he can, even with getting, what's her name? Tamika. Even getting Tamika to take the case without her knowing all the facts, which he comes in later and kind of tries to tell her the facts, but she's so by the book because if you remember in Power, she pretty much is on thin ice. Yeah. So she's doing everything by the book, and Sachs is coming in with some illegal stuff, and she's pretty much like, "No, get out." Get out. Like, so, yeah, so that was kind of interesting. I don't know you. Yeah, so that was kind of cool. Now, there are some new characters. The ones that intrigued me the most was Monet, or Monette, or however we say her name, and Kane. Now, that's the Mary J. Blige and Woody McClain. I think I'm saying his name right. That's Bobby Brown from the New Edition and Bobby Brown story. I'm here for them, too.
Mary is, she gonna be hardcore in this, and I'm gonna like that. She already showing it.
She bossy in this.
Yeah, she king boss.
Yeah, right. So it seems like she has a lot of influence and a lot of power. She looked like she even had some cops under her belt. And Kane, he reckless. I love it. Reckless. Have this whole little scene where he messing with some random dude girl. He comes trying to check him. He checks him, and then he ends up killing them too. Yeah. Like, this is a grimy family, and they are introducing. Speaking earlier, this is what's his name? Zeke. This is his people. Yeah. So Tyreek is getting intertwined with some gangsters.
Because her husband. Is he currently in jail?
He's currently in
jail for gang related killings and all that stuff. So
So Tyreek is getting himself in real deep and real thick with some.
Zeke could possibly be his Tommy.
Okay.
Maybe Kane.
Kane. I can see Kane because they trying to keep Zeke out of trouble.
They trying to protect him.
Kane could be Tommy.
The golden ticket.
Kane could be Tommy. Okay. So the ending of this pretty much ends up Tasha, like we were saying earlier, she gets herself in situations by not totally thinking things out.
Man, she messed up.
So the deal with Sachs comes back to play after, because up to this point, she got caught up in the lie with the first killer. She got caught up in the lie with again by saying that Andre was that killed Ghost. So she had got caught up twice with lying about who killed. First she said it was her. She killed him. They found that lie. They said Andre. They found that lie. So now she comes in and they like, in order for you to get this sweet deal, you have to tell the truth. And Tyree sends a message to her through the new lawyer, pretty much saying, "Look, just go ahead, tell the truth. I'm not afraid." So she goes and say Tommy is the killer. So with saying Tommy is the killer, there's a new question that pops up, and this is all in court, and she's doing this under oath and everything. They pretty much is like, and they're trying to pin her with this kingpin statue, but they have no way to really do it until she goes and blames Tommy, and they like, well, why did Tommy, who is Ghost's best friend, why would he want to kill him? And she goes and say, because I told him to. Messed up the whole thing. So now
they drop the charges and then pick up new charges
under the kingpin statute, which means that's death. Yeah. So that's pretty much how the show ends. And here's the table talk rating. What would you give it? 1 out of 5 stars.
I would give this episode. I would actually give this episode 5 stars, only because it was way better than what I expected.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I will match it. I'll match it because I wasn't expecting a lot from it either. So I'll give it 5 stars also. So that means that episode 1 is primetime certified. So we'll see you next week where we will be talking about episode 2.